In this video we're going to look at how to find the inverse of a particular function. The inverse of a function maps the range back onto the domain, so it sort of undoes the function if you like. The notation that we use for writing the inverse is f minus 1 of x. Okay, not to be confused with, so let's just say not the same as f of x to the minus 1, which is the reciprocal. Sometimes people also get it muddled up with with f prime of, and also not f prime of x, which is obviously the differential. So it's a sort of specific notation that you need to learn. Okay, so let's just say it's not those two. Okay. So in order to find the inverse of a function, we follow these steps. So we first of all write the function as y equals, then we rearrange the function to make x the subject, so make x equals, and then we swap the y with an x and the x with an f minus 1 of x. Right, I should really write that, not like that, but as f minus little minus 1 of x. Okay. Right, so let's follow those steps on these two examples. So first of all we're going to write that as y equals 2x plus 5, and then we need to make x the subject, so we will subtract 5 from both sides and then divide by 2. So we have that. Then the final stage is to replace the x with f minus 1 of x and the y with an x. So the inverse of 2x plus 5 is x minus 5 over 2. Obviously, really, if you think about it, multiply by 2, add 5, opposite is subtract 5, divide by 2. Okay, let's try a second one. So y equals x squared plus 2. Again, we're going to subtract from both sides to get x squared is y minus 2, and then square root both sides to get x as the subject. So f minus 1 of x is the square root of x minus 2. Okay, two more slightly more complicated ones. Number 3, oh dear, that should be x squared plus 2x plus 2 there. Okay, so we'll write y equals x squared plus 2x plus 2. Now, if we try and take the x terms to one side, we're going to have a problem because we're going to have an x squared and an x. So what we need to do to get around this is to complete the square. So if we make that x plus 1 squared, so that gives us our x squared, our plus 2x, and we've got a plus 1, but we wanted plus 2, so we'll have to add another 1. That will help us to rearrange and to make x our subject. So then we have x plus 1 squared is y minus 1. So x plus 1 is the square root of y minus 1. And x is the square root of y minus 1 minus 1. So our inverse function is going to be the square root of x minus 1 minus 1. Okay, so if you go quadratic, complete the square, that's the hint there. Okay, this one where we've got a quotient, there's another little technique that you need to use here. So if we first start by writing it as y equals, okay, and then we're going to multiply by the denominator here, so we'll have y times x plus 1 is x minus 3. Multiply that out, so we'll have yx plus y equals x minus 3. Then we take the terms with x to one side, so we'll have yx minus x, and the terms without x to the other side, so minus y minus 3. Take a factor of x, so we'll have x into y minus 1 is minus y minus 3. X is minus y minus 3 over y minus 1. A nicer way to write that, getting rid of all those minuses, would be to multiply everything by minus 1. So we'll have x plus 3 into 1 minus x.